Attitudes about death and dying span a large spectrum. So, how can we view death and dying in the 21st century? Hello, I'm Cheryl Peterson with Healing Science Today. It would be one thing if we all lived long, happy lives and then died, but this is not the reality. The inhumanity of humanity causes death and dying. Ignorance and diseases kill. Accidents happen, and the torment of suicide forces us to deal with death and dying in everyday life. Some people take death as part of life and can move through it rather gracefully. In my own personal experience, I helped take care of parents who died young. It was difficult, mentally and physically. But the one thing I did notice that since the 21st century, there has been a shift in the medical field, allowing dignity in the dying. Doctors are seeing that invasive medical care, technology, and pills used to keep the body alive, while there is no quality of life for the person, is futile, almost abusive. Therefore, a more holistic approach to end-of-life care is being respected today. Now, people who want to avoid doctors for whatever reason are also tapping into this holistic approach. I mean, human death comes with human life. Or in other words, a temporal life includes death. A beginning has an end. And until we can prove differently, we make decisions within that framework. I've learned in my study of Christian Science that God is infinite. God is life. This abstract statement became a reality to me after a terrible accident that landed me in the emergency room near death. I had a quiet experience where I could see that this body wasn't my life, but God is my life. How did I know? Through consciousness. I was conscious even though my body was useless. That epiphany that God is my life dissolved some death fears and confirmed that right now is life. We hear that often, but with that confirmation, what I had to admit was that death won't get me to eternal life. I don't need to fear death, but I also can't rely on death. I reach life through life. It is life I want to know and rely on. In the hospital, this life consciousness proved useful. I did not need the predicted surgeries. The surgeon was great. He didn't push pills or pain relievers when he saw I was okay. While lying there, my consciousness was active, alive, and I was healing. The surgeon and I both witnessed it, even though we interpreted it differently. I attributed the healing to God. The surgeon attributes the healing to endorphins and biological rejuvenation. In this postmodern era, with the insights that people can die with dignity, and that the threats and false promises of death are the only things that die, we can move forward in life. We aren't going to make this human life into a spiritual life. Our spiritual identity exists right now, and we grow into it, not through death, but through life. What dies is the fear of death, but we live with a love of life. I'll read from 21st Century Science and Health, a revision and update of Mary Baker Eddy's Science and Health. This is the 4th edition. Eternal life must be brought to light by the understanding that there is no death, as well as by other graces of spirit. We must begin, however, with the more simple demonstrations of control, and the sooner we begin, the better. The final demonstration takes time for its accomplishment. When walking, we are guided by the eye. We look before our feet, and if we are wise, we look beyond a single step in the line of spiritual advancement.